The Vocational English Secondary Language Program started in the Commercial Drivers Training Program when we realized that our community in Yavapai County needed drivers to drive tractor trailers and other commercial vehicles. We have a large Hispanic community, and the Commercial Driver's License Training Program requires personnel to speak English to pass the Commercial Driver's License exam, the hands-on exam. So we realized that we needed to develop a program to teach people the English that they needed vocationally to pass the CDL road test. And we want to cater to that Hispanic community in a program and develop the skill set that they needed, the language, and as well as the hands-on skills they needed to pass the commercial driver's license test.
And then you reached out to us.
I reached out to Donette. I needed help. We started this 2 years ago, and I realized when I recruited 5 students to come in and start training with them and practicing with them, and I realized this is much bigger than just my idea of just me doing something and teaching English to people who did not speak any English. So the college, I reached out around the college, and we found the Adult Basic Education Program, Donette.
And then when I came in, they presented the idea to me to how can we reach the non-English speakers in our community and in our county. And then we met up and we just took it from there. So it's called Vocational ESL instead of just ESL. ESL is a great program, but that's where you learn everything you can to merge into the American society in your language and how you interact and stuff, reading grocery labels, etc. Well, Vocational ESL is specifically for learning only the language you need for that vocation, and in this situation, it's for commercial driver's license. So they will learn their pre-trip inspection has to be in English, and that's where we come in with our background and knowing and understanding how they're translating from their native language into English and back and forth, and then we took it from there.
When we started it with the Commercial Driver's License Training Program, we designed this together as a foundation to be then copied to other programs, to be then taken and be used in other training programs, career technical education programs primarily. And what we're looking at doing is taking the same model, the same template, the same format we have, applying it in career and technical education programs such as the nursing program, such as the EMT program, such as any paralegal programs, anything that requires a student to have vocational skills, also to earn a certificate or earn a license, and be able to get a career after they've completed the program. So there's many programs in our Yavapai College that we can apply this to. The quickest ones that a lot of people would like to get into is the firefighting program, the EMT program, because in those areas, the welding program, they have a certificate. Once you have that certificate of a welding certificate, the jobs are endless. They're out there for where you can go. We also know that not only do we have to, this is open to all the students in the whole community, and this is also open to kids in high school that are about to graduate high school, and they can take the JTED program, which is the Junior Training Education and Development Program, where they're earning college credit while they're in high school. They're basically coming to a shop class, but I can use that with respect. We're also open to anyone in the community, whether you've already been doing the work of welding or you've already been doing an EMT program and you want to enhance your skills. The program's open to everyone. We know from what we've done with our foundation is that we're going to educate the teachers on how to teach this program in their courses. We're going to help them and design and develop their lesson plans, design and develop practical exercises, and any vocational skills they have, so that the student can learn the vocational language they need to be successful in performing those skills. Candelario is our first graduate of the Vocational Secondary English Language Program, and in this case, Commercial Driver's License Training Program. We've had a lot of students in the Career and Technical Education Program who speak a foreign language coming in and learning English on their own, and they complete the programs or they attempt to complete the programs. Candelaria was the first one we actually said, hey, this is the vocational secondary English language program. This is our format. We're going to do the permit exam, the knowledge exam, then we're going to do the hands-on exam. And Candelaria was the first one that actually said, let's go all the way through from step 1 to step 2, step 3 of what we were laying out in the foundation. One of the wonderful things about Candelaria was that he knew what we were doing, and he played a role in helping us identify when I was speaking too fast. I needed to slow down. He was also instrumental in pointing out that some of the pictures that we had of the components were not the right pictures, and it should be a different type of picture. So Candelaria, as a success story, is because he showed us how other people are going to need to learn, or how we need to improve our program, or how we need to make something better inside the courseware. There were countless hours that you spent with him just going over language skills and phonetics, enunciation. I'll let you take it over from there.
So Candelaria was, first of all, he was funny. He was great. Enjoyed being around him. And he wanted us to believe, which I bought into it, that he couldn't speak any English. And what it was, I think, was that he's a little bit insecure of not thinking he had enough English to be confident in to speak what he knew. But we eventually started breaking him out of that with joking. And he's a good jokester too. And he became more confident, but he still would tell us less words, like for the pre-tip inspection. So there's certain things that you have to say in English, and it's certain words. You can't leave those words out. And so Alex and I'd be working with him at the truck, and he'd keep looking at Alex and I, shorter, make it shorter, shorter. And so we would start going through on the English part. I'm changing it, and green pen, okay, we'll make this shorter. And then I'm realizing, hey, we've lost the whole thing of what he's supposed to say. So we got him back to saying, we can't do this one shorter, but we can do this one, or flip a little bit that was easier for his flow and his speech, so that he could become more confident in what he was doing. And eventually he accepted it, but he still fought it to the end.
He did take very seriously the test. He took it very seriously, knowing that when he was done, he would get a license and get a job. And then all the time in the background, he was always concerned about making sure he could get a job and be successful with the job. Candelaria and his entire family supported him. And that was another piece that was really nice. Huge. That his wife brought us tamales one time. His wife, if he forgot his glasses, his wife would bring the glasses down there, and there was just the humor back and forth.
And we had fresh eggs.
Fresh eggs. So there was a lot of good humor, but we still focused on what we had to do to design and develop the vocational English second language program. So even when he did take a road test, we had to take a road test probably midway through the training, and he failed the test, but that failure was important for us to see where we needed to improve. And Candelaria, with the person doing the road test, the examiner, they identified words that we needed to incorporate in the training, which even another barrier that he helped us be successful with, that had he not taken that test, not failed that test, we wouldn't have learned, he wouldn't have learned, and the examiner wouldn't have been able to give us more words to use to translate back and forth.
Right, those are things he taught us.
Candelaria, when he was ready, we were all ready. We did some practice. Before I go through there, we have to understand that we weren't just inspecting the vehicle. He was also learning to back the vehicle up, and he was completing all the driving sessions. There's 6 driving sessions, a minimum of 6 driving sessions. He's learning how to operate the tractor trailer around the community and taking it and driving the route, and learning the English, learning signs, reading the signs on the road signs along the road. So he's learning all of this while he's going through the program, and as well as he's teaching us back and forth of how to almost teach in this manner. Candelaria we did a practice road test. I believe he was ready. We signed him up, and we secured a time frame for him to do the road test. He did an Arizona Department of Transportation road test with the Arizona Department of Transportation examiner, full-blown examiner, came out. We stayed in the background, and he did the entire road test. the general time frame is 2 hours. He was just a little bit, the 2 hours and 15 minutes, just because of the traffic session. He passed the road test. That was like a watershed moment for all of us. He gets out of the truck. We didn't know until the examiner was completed with his scoring that he completed an entire road test and he passed. Watershed moment. We're all excited. He's successful, and he becomes our first vocational secondary English student, language student, to complete the course. And now from that, we had a great time. We celebrated well. We actually took everybody out to Aroma's, a pizza place, to have pizza, take some photos. We actually waited till he had to go back to the motor vehicle division office, turn his paperwork in that he passed the test. Then he had to wait 15 days to get his commercial driver's license in the mail that shows his picture on it. And then we went to Aroma's and we had a photograph and a celebration with his wife and all of us. Even the road test examiner and his wife came to the party. This is really big.
Wife, remember his wife at the end? At the end, we were walking out, and she goes, "Oh, she's so glad that he's not practicing everything at home on her all the time." She was so relieved he was finished.
I and other trainers, myself doing commercial driver's license truck driving, we talked about this across the state of Arizona, that there needs to be a training program for personnel who do not speak English to learn English to pass the road test. The federal government will not allow you to earn a commercial driver's license without taking the test in English. And so many people would not even attempt to get their driver's license, let alone get a commercial driver's license, unless they had enough English language to pass that test. So about 2 years ago, we were talking, we're like, well, I'll create it. I'll take it on and we'll see where we can go with it. We started inviting people in, and that's when we realized that this is bigger than we can imagine. But the people, our students, the community, they want this. They want the driver's licenses so they can go to work, they can feed their families, and they can build a business. We have several people now who passed the course in the background, not part of the full-blown VESL. They were able to learn enough on their own outside of class to pass the test that they're starting their own businesses. And again, that's a success for our college, success for our community. But they were ones and twosies. That wasn't for the whole community. And then we realized we need to do something for the whole community. And again, it comes back down to is other colleges are trying to do this. They're not as successful. Other companies are trying to do this. They're not as successful. We built this foundation and we plan to share it with everyone. But coming back to why it was done, it's the community. It's needed in the community. It's something that the community we need to do to help our community members be able to have an education, also be able to get employment so they can feed their families and also feel good about themselves. And that's one of the things that totally enriches our lives. And I think we talk about it all the time. The success, the smile on their face when they pass the road test. Some of the students, when they pass the road test, their families are coming in here having a photograph with balloons, cards, congratulations. And it's a good feeling, and it helps us motivate to keep moving forward and improving the program.
I just, to summarize everything, it's been the greatest journey I've been on, and now to see how it can go to other people and touch other people's lives and in our community. Go VESL!